All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Doug Ward. He is the CEO of Lumos Diagnostics. And Doug, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Steve. It's wonderful to be here with you today.
Yeah, thanks very much for joining us. Excited about some news you had out recently, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But for those maybe not familiar with the company, tell me a bit about Lumos.
Yeah, thanks for asking. So Lumos Diagnostics, a fairly new company on the Australian Exchange. We produce medical diagnostic tests that we are trying to bring to market that, quite frankly, are looking to transform the practice of medicine and improve how patients are cared for, as well as make it more inexpensive for the treatment of those patients. And we also provide services to other diagnostic companies with our capabilities to help them make their products.
Yeah, Doug, tell me a bit about the technology involved in this and what sort of separates your tests from others.
Yeah, great. So we have two different areas of expertise, right? Specific to our newest test that we've recently launched in a number of geographies, that test is based on what's called lateral flow. And for those of you who unfortunately had to do COVID tests at home over the last few years, it's that type of technology, right? Very simple technology, but very well proven technology, very simple to use, and quite frankly, also relatively inexpensive. So that's our core technology of the test. We also, though, have state-of-the-art hardware to allow physicians and doctors to take those tests and have an instrument read those tests, right, to record the actual result, and therefore that can be then held in a patient's electronic medical file.
And are these tests that can be agnostic to anything? Can you make them testing for a number of different things as well, Doug?
Yes, you absolutely can use it for a number of type of tests into the market. Now, to be clear, it's like everything, right? There's central dogma for biology is DNA, RNA, and protein. Okay, this technology is best suited for protein testing. So tests like COVID, flu, or like our latest test, FebriDx, that can test for an infection of a bacterial infection or non-bacterial infection.
Yeah, and that FebriDx you mentioned, you've had significant news about that, just about the reach that you're getting now, partnering up with a company and bringing them into Belgium for one place, Australia, New Zealand, and other places as well. So it sounds like there's starting to get some worldwide adoption here.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve. We're fortunate right now. We currently sell the product in 17 different countries around the world. Last year, we were very fortunate to get our FDA 510(k) clearance in the U.S., which is the largest healthcare market for point of care testing. But most recently, we're very, very bullish about the fact that we've signed agreements with Henry Schein, who's one of the global leaders in distributing medical products into doctors, hospitals, and so forth. And we've signed agreements to bring FebriDx to, as you said, Belgium, Australia, and New Zealand.
Doug, what's ahead for the company? What sort of milestones are you looking at for the rest of this year and beyond? Obviously, you're focused on growth, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. We're focused on the sales commercial growth of the FebriDx test, right? That FebriDx test, in the end, says whether or not somebody has an infection that's caused from a bacteria. Those people are then candidates really for, right, antibiotics. Problem is, 50% to 80% of all antibiotics given to patients are unwarranted. And that's resulting in, as you know, antibiotic resistance and so forth, and in higher costs in the healthcare system. So our state of the art, it's the only test like it, point of care. It's a 10-minute test with a finger prick of your finger to do a whole blood test, can give you that result. So you're going to hear more and more about distribution deals on the commercial front to drive that growth that you're referring to. But in addition, I'd say there's two other core areas that we expect to provide information on. One will be, we will be beginning a study in the U.S. to expand our label for the FebriDx test so that it can be what's called CLIA-waived. That means that a GP office in the US, right, an untrained professional could use that test instead of just in a what's called a regulated or CLIA licensed location. So that will greatly expand the location of where that test can be done in the US. So that's number two. And then the third one will be that we continue with our great strategic relationship and helping the world's biggest women's health company, Hologic. They are building a next generation test on our platform. We're actually developing it for them. And we keep continuing to let people know about the progress that we're making on that. And we should, within the next couple of months, provide an update on that as well.
All right. Sounds like it's going to be a busy next couple of months. We look forward to following the story as it develops. Doug, thanks so much. Great to catch up with you, and really appreciate your time.
Likewise, Steve. All the best.
All right. You as well. Doug Ward, the CEO of Lumos Diagnostics.